Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is October 3rd, 2021. You're now watching Real Talk with Ronnie, and we're back after, I didn't even know it was this long, but I took a little break from the show because, I believe it was some holiday. The last time that we did the show was August 22nd. On August 29th, there was something going on in which I couldn't do it. And then the week after that, I believe, was, Labor Day. And then after that, campaign season is in, full mode right now. We're in high gear. So every single weekend, especially on Saturdays and Sundays, there's always some sort of fair, some sort of festival going on. So I figured that would be a good chance for me to go out there and meet the voters. Because right now we are in October. We are less than a month away from the election day, which is November 2nd. All right. So, that's why the last few weeks I've been very, very busy. So I'm sorry for being off the air for this long, but I promise we won't be off the air for this long ever again. Okay. So on today's show, we are back in full force. And on our show today, we have three very important and special guests. The first two guests on my show tonight are Dianna Cereijo and Michael Casale. They are the GOP nominees for Woodcliff Lake Council here in Bergen County. And then later on, I have my good friend, Mike Reyes, who is back on our show today. Mike has been on our show many times in the past. He is a Republican campaign, powerhouse. He does it all. And we're very happy to catch up and find out what he's up to these days. All right. So a little bit about Dianna and Michael before I bring them on. Dianna is an attorney. Okay. She has been a mediator, and she served as a pro bono for Hudson County court system for over 10 years. She's an attorney by trade, which she specializes in transactional real estate. Mike Casale works in capital investment projects. So he does a lot of big, important work. And Mike and Dianna also serve on the various boards in, Woodcliff Lake. When they come on, I'll let them explain what they do. And then, so without further ado, let's bring them on. Hello, Dianna.
Hi, Ronald.
And hello, Michael.
Hello, how are you?
Good. So, you two are, you have the honor of being back on my, you have the honor of being on my show after the show has taken a 6-week break. I didn't intend for it to be such a long break, but, as you guys know, right, we are now in, in campaign mode, so you kind of lose track of time, right? Okay. I blinked an eye and summer was over. Okay, so Dianna and Michael, thank you for coming on. So why don't I let Dianna, why don't you go first? Why don't you tell us about yourself, what you do, and why you decided to jump into the political fray?
Well, to be honest, originally I never thought I would be into politics. I was a pre-med student, and I was at Loyola University undergrad, and I was studying for the MCAT, and then had a friend that was studying for the LSAT. And I said, oh, that's really curious. Let me see what you're studying for.
Okay.
Then actually took some courses, and I was working the emergency room at Northwestern at the time, completely switched my life as a super senior, and ended up going into criminal justice major, study for the LSAT, and the rest was history. And I attended PACE for law school and did real estate. I'm doing real estate transactions. Never thought I would get into politics, but always was involved wherever I lived. So I am still a board of directors at the Fulton House, which is a building, co-op building in Weehawken, New Jersey. Okay. I just always want to get involved and know if you want to make a change, you have to get involved. So then when I came to Woodcliff Lake, I reached out to our mayor, who my family has known for decades.
Yep. Carlos Rendo, right? Great guy, who, by the way, ran for the lieutenant governor in 2017, right?
That's right. And so he told me, if you want to get more involved here, there's a couple options. So I started with the Shade Tree Committee, which I am still on for the past 2 years. And then I went on to the Zoning Board of Adjustments. And now I want to give back more to the community.
Okay, great. So let me ask you, when you were in school, right, and you mentioned that you had a friend who was studying for the MCATs and another friend who was studying for the LSATs, what made you choose the legal route? Or did you actually study for both?
Yeah, I was studying for the MCAT at the same time.
Okay.
And I think I don't know what really changed my mind, but I thought it was very intriguing, the logical games. And I remember the logical puzzles. And I'm sure that you know what it was, but it was one about the elevators and the third floor and the fifth floor and where did Lois and, Matt went. So, and it's a fun fact that many people actually don't know, that I didn't know until then, that my mother went to law school in Brazil. My mom is from Japan. Right. My mom is Japanese descent, but she is born and raised in Brazil because of World War II. Her parents went to the small town in São Paulo, which is called Pinheiros. It's majority Japanese there. So I never knew that she went to law school. She never told me, because when she came to America, she never practiced as an attorney. So she really never told anyone. So when I talked to her, I says, wow, this might be my right path, when I had that discussion. And I never looked back. I worked for a law firm in Park Ridge, Illinois, and it was one of the best experiences ever. So I said, this is my calling.
Okay, great. All right. Awesome. All right. Now on to your running mate, Michael Casale, or as you told me, the right way to pronounce it is actually Casale, right?
Casale, yes.
Right.
But not many people have realized that with the E at the end, so it's just Casale.
Okay, Casale. Yeah. So Michael Casale, tell us about yourself.
Well, I mean, my background's not as exciting as Dianna's. I just grew up in New York, grew up in the Bronx, born and raised. I actually didn't go to college right out of high school. I winded up owning my own business for several years. Decided that wasn't the path for me. Went back to school at night, earned my bachelor's degree from Manhattan College. I was fortunate enough to keep going. Got a construction management master's from NYU, and then finally finished up with a MBA in finance from St. Peter's University. So for someone who didn't start in school right away, I went straight through for 10 years. Moved to New Jersey after I got married. My wife is from New Jersey. We had a brief conversation about us maybe moving to New York, and she said absolutely not. So wound up in New Jersey, and I'm glad she did. I love it. I would never think of ever going back to New York. So any friends of mine who are listening from New York, I apologize for that, but it's the truth.
Blame it on the wife. Okay, Michael.
Yeah.
Someone sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah, exactly. But I got into politics. I moved to Woodcliff Lake. Loved the area. Loved the people. There are things I try explaining to my kids. I really got into politics because of my kids, and I'm like Dianna, similar, where I never thought I would get into politics. But again, talking to my kids and saying, hey, listen, if you're going to make change, don't complain about it. Do something about it. So when I got into town, there's some issues here in Woodcliff Lake. We have some abandoned buildings, things like that we really need to breathe new life into. And I was talking to Mayor Rendo one day, and we were talking, and I saw an opportunity to join the to try to win election, get to the council, and try to make those change. Okay, so really, it's my kids that really got me into politics.
Right. And I know that Dianna has a young daughter, right? Mike, I am assuming that your kids are also fairly young.
Yeah, I have an 11-year-old boy, Michael, and a 7-year-old daughter, Marissa.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah. So your two kids can actually play together. I mean, like Mike and Dianna, your children could actually play together, right?
Yeah.
They do any chance that they can.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Great.
We're canvassing. They want to play date.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, we've got a few comments from our viewers. One from Basil, who's actually been a great fan, and he's been to many of our different events and fundraisers. Basil is actually in his 90s, and he looks like he's 70. So I mean, he's got a heart of gold. So glad to see you back. Glad to see you also, Basil. Ramon says, "Hi, Ronnie." Hello, Ramon. Ramon has also been to like every single. He's been to everything, and he's not even from Bergen County. I believe he's from Hudson County, right? So, but he's a dedicated patriot, and of course we have from our very own Michael Casey. Great candidates. Yeah, Michael Casey, I believe he's currently the campaign manager for Senator Holly Schapese, right? Mm-hmm. Who is our state senator, right, in the 39th district. Right. I believe you guys are in the 39th, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Michael Casey has been very helpful, and Holly Shapizi has been very supportive. So we appreciate everything they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And we actually just saw each other yesterday during Woodcliff Lake Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
October.
Yeah. Right. So I actually had to leave early-ish, right? So did Governor Murphy end up coming?
No.
Okay. He stood us up. Okay.
Yeah.
But Frank Pallotta was there, and Holly Shapizi, Bridget Kelly. You were
Jack's team was there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. And what about Gottheimer? No?
No.
Didn't show up.
Wow. So the Democrats, they all bailed, huh?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a sign that they're scared? Because I kind of do.
Yeah, it was interesting. I heard that Gottheimer, Josh, has been in the area more often than ever.
Right.
And that's a true sign that he's a little bit nervous,
Right.
and rightfully so. I mean, it's just everyone I talk to, we kind of share the same sentiment. And I won't even say, not so much political party, just how the country's going right now. And not too many people are very happy.
Yep.
And even with local politics and what's happening in New Jersey, really, not anyone I'm speaking to is thrilled.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you guys. So how did you guys first meet, or did you guys know each other for like a while, or did you guys meet only through this political process?
Yeah, through this political process. And I'll tell you, the first time, I don't know if you know, Mike, when we first met, it was for a photo op, and the mayor said, "Oh, you're going to meet your running mate." Mm-hmm. And when Mike walked in the room, he says, "Oh, hi, are you the photographer?"
You looked too polished. You looked like she was all business.
Thank you. Nice recover, Mike.
Yeah. Well, we've become great friends since then, and I'm glad we met.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you guys were running for these two seats, were you the only two candidates for the nomination, or were there many other candidates?
Yes, it was uncontested.
It was just the two of us, yeah.
Okay, so that makes things a lot easier, right?
A little bit easier, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. What is the makeup of the Woodcliff Lake Council Board currently?
5-1 Democrats.
5-1 Democrats.
Yeah.
Yet the mayor is a Republican, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and very well liked. He's on his second term already.
Is which term?
He's on his second term as mayor.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why, Ronnie, it's important we try to get these two seats, because with that, we split the council right down the middle. We'll be 3-3, and then Mayor Rendo gets the tiebreaker.
Right.
So
brings
really
balance back to the council.
Yeah.
So is Woodcliff Lake in general a Republican town, Democrat town, or does it kind of swing like back and forth?
Well, it kind of swings, but the majority makeup is unaffiliated. That's the largest group that we have, and the Republican is the smallest group.
Okay. I understand that Dianna, you actually ran for council, I believe, last year also, right?
Yes, Michael and I both ran last year.
Okay, both of you ran. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So last year was your first time, right? For like both of you?
Yeah.
All right. So last year you
kind of got
your yeah.
What?
Second time's the charm, right?
That's what they say.
That's right.
That's what they say. Last year was rough with the presidential election. We lost the line. We lost the whole line. We're hoping this year, we've been out much more. We're getting more out there. People are starting to see us more. They know we don't quit. So we're hoping that translates to a win.
Right. Well, last year, was a very freaky year. It was a year that we've never had. Everybody was confined at home. There was no time and no place for retail politics. Mm-hmm. And with the mail-in ballots, it kind of threw everything into a bit of a frenzy, right? Oh, so this year, we're back to normal-ish, right? We're back to in-person voting. We're out at different fairs in different, parts of the county, doing our, doing what politicians do, or what people who aspire to be in politics do, right? You meet the voters and you get your voices heard, right? So I think this year is very, very different. What are some of your platform? Like, what are some of the issues on your platform that you want to focus on?
Well, I think one of them is to stabilize the taxes, which Mike and I have been saying for a long time. And the way we know that we can do that is you have to raise revenue, because right now we do have a really lean budget in Woodcliff Lake. And we have to figure out ways how we can raise the revenue, exactly like the functions like we did yesterday, like Oktoberfest. And it's a two-method prong, because one, you can bring the community together, and we have events Everyone wants to come. Everyone wants to meet. That's why you come to the suburbs, right? I come from Hudson County where I didn't have this community feel. And that's what I came here for Bergen County for. And then second, we're raising revenue for the town. And that's how an essential way to stabilize our taxes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at Woodcliff Lake, again, we have some areas that need some work, right? We have an abandoned gas station in one spot. We have the old Galaxy Gardens. So we have these spaces that we can do a lot with. And when you talk about, raising revenue, everyone automatically thinks taxes, and that's obviously that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about raising revenue where this town can look at itself almost like a business and generate these functions that can draw revenue, and then really bring people in. Woodcliff Lake is known not to have a spending problem. That's the truth. It's just it's being mindful that we need to times do change, cost of living goes up, and if we don't find ways to kind of get in front of that, we're going to have a tax problem down the road. So a lot of what we are focusing on is that kind of that thought process.
All right. We have another comment from John Azaridi, who's also councilman from Saddle River. I see 3 great candidates on my screen. Thank you, councilman. You yourself are a great person and a great councilman, right? Mm-hmm. John Azaridi is from your from your neighboring town, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is. Yeah.
Great. And I hope to have John on the show too at some point when he has the time, because he's a super busy guy. He has his own medical practice. He's running on the council board, and he's doing like so many things. So I hope that when Dr. Azaridi has some time, he can also join us.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Okay. So aside from taxes, what are some of the other issues that you guys want to focus on?
Well, I think this is across the board in many towns, but we have to work on maintaining our roads and traffic and pedestrian safety. So it's been a specific issue. I live by the Causeway, and traffic safety has been a big issue. So I've worked with the chief and everyone in the Borough Hall to help what we can do. And it's nominal things. It's painting the grounds, saying one way, slow down, putting up signs. But these are things that Mike and I want to do, and we have a passion to do, is to identify these locations and the roads that are cracked. Number one, we need to identify them. 2, bring them up and then see what we can do to correct it. Because there shouldn't be that children are walking where there are no sidewalks and it's a danger. So we need to identify it, see if it's feasible to have the sidewalks built and repair them. Okay.
All right. And anything else that you want to focus on? So taxes, roads.
One of the other things, Ronnie, is we have 3 assisted living facilities in our immediate area. We want to do, we want to look at opportunities to do something for the seniors as well. So when we talk about like an Oktoberfest and or Springfest and things like that, we want to try to figure out a way to to incorporate the seniors in the area as well, right? Because Jersey's not great on transportation for seniors. The cost of living, people moving out, for retirement. We want to see the people that dedicated their lives here stay here. So if we can offer some type of help in that direction, that's something we would want to work on, right? So we have the tennis courts. Maybe we can hold some kind of senior function at the tennis courts, just to bring the community together and again generate some revenue.
Yeah, and I think that would be a great idea, especially what's happened in the past 18 months, right? Yeah. Everybody's been cooped up.
Yes.
And if you're a senior citizen, right, mm-hmm. You just want to get out there to, you want to get some fresh air, right? I mean, you don't want to just be stuck at home, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Dianna and I, we went to a assisted living home last week, and the look on everyone's faces, just to see some faces and just people to come around, it was really eye-opening for us. So yeah, not to interrupt you, but yeah,
no, it's fine.
It was a lot for us that day.
Yeah. Okay, great. So do you guys have any other events that are planned that are coming up that you would like the viewers to know about?
Not personally for the campaign. We're just door knocking.
Yeah.
Wait for us. Wait at your porches for us.
Yeah. We'll be door knocking. Woodcliff Lake is known for Halloween.
Okay.
I live up on what we call the hill on Halloween, and I'm gonna say there's no less than 300-400 kids trick or treating in this area, and it's well known for that.
Right. Well, it's October 3rd, so you got to start stocking up on candy, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So yeah, so I live right at the front of that, so I always have a little party, before everybody goes trick or treating. But that's a huge event for Woodcliff Lake. So Dianna and I will be out and about on that day as well.
Okay. Do you have any idea on what you're gonna dress up as?
I'm gonna dress up like a Woodcliff Lake councilman.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You should dress up as the next councilwoman
Exactly,
and councilman, because that's what you're gonna be, right? Can I ask you a question though? Last time when you ran, it was last year, right? You guys came up short.
Mhm.
How short did you guys come up?
That was a differential of like 200 votes, 225.
Wow. So basically, it was a swing of like 100 and something votes, right?
Mhm.
If 100 people changed their votes, you guys would be on the council now. I think that's an easy task for you guys to do this time around, given the fact that you guys are out like every single day. You guys are very, very dedicated. And I think the people of your town see that, right?
We hope so.
We hope
so. We're telling them, this is local politics, right? For us. And, we don't, we're Republicans. We understand that. We're predominantly, like Dianna said, there's we're the minority here. But the truth of the matter is it's more about community than politics. And we tell that to everybody, right? For us, it's fixing the roads, doing something for our seniors. It's the controlling overdevelopment, things like that. That we're just trying to accomplish. But more than anything, it's a work ethic, right?
Right.
It's who's going to work hard for the town, right? Who's going to be out and available, that's going to hear the town and respond for them. That's the biggest thing for us. So, for us, that's what really, what we're sticking to, that we're going to just work hard. It's the work ethic.
Gotcha. And I think, no, sorry, Dianna, go.
No, I agree with Mike. So our overarching reason is what we're saying is we want everyone to know that we have a real passion for the town and that we are going to make, of course, sensible decisions and judgments, but most and overall, we are making ourselves very accessible, and we want local government to be very accessible. And Mike and I are known for that. We've given out our cell phone numbers to many people. We've resolved many issues over the past year and a half. And that's the overwhelming compliment that we've received, that, wow, you both are very accessible and we can see that you really are going to make change in the town. So that is why we're doing it.
Okay. Speaking of people that want to make change, Dianna, I know that you have a young daughter, right? And your young daughter is also a bit of like an internet, star, right? Do you want to go in that? Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
So my daughter likes to read books, and during the pandemic, we went virtual.
Okay.
So she wanted to figure out a way, and one of her very good friends, Vivon, who is from Montvale, and Mayor Casale just recognized him as being, through John Hopkins program, he was recognized as 98th percentile of one of the brightest kids in the world.
Right.
The two of them do have a passion for reading. They started a YouTube channel and Instagram page called Small Talk for Sophie and Vivon. And it's a children's platform where children are speaking to children. It's guilt-free for adults. You can tune on the channel and know that they're going to be doing book reviews, they're going to do read-alouds, or they're just going to be reviewing educational games. So instead of the kids going there and looking at just toys, we wanted them to have an educational outlet that's made fun. Great. And that's what she's been doing for the past year, and she likes it.
And I believe she has many, many followers, right? Tons more than me.
A couple hundred on YouTube, yes, but she has a lot of
100 more than me.
She has we've made a lot of connections with a lot of authors, and it's been wonderful. And we get sent books all the time from authors saying if Sophie and Vivon could please review the books. So I think it's good. I think education, for me, reading is one of the most important things you can do, especially for younger children. And it just leads the way to other things. And now she's into chess and piano, and Mike knows that her schedule is busier than mine.
Yeah. But so basically, your daughter is like 7 now, right?
She's 8.
Oh, she's 8. Okay, so by the time she's 15, she'll probably want to run for mayor, right?
Absolutely.
She's already inquiring. They actually brought it up to her teacher, and one of her teachers are in town in Woodcliff Lake. It's Dina Patelski, and she's a wonderful teacher. And they brought it up, and she wanted to know what running for council and running for mayor is. So they actually dedicated a time, and they explained to the entire class of how local government works.
Wow.
Wonderful class.
That's amazing. So after you and Mike get in this year and the council board is 3-3, when your daughter runs next year, She can tilt the council, right, in your
absolutely.
favor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So let me ask you one more question that's more fun. What is your favorite food? Let's start with Mike.
Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers? Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Italian food.
No, you know.
Really?
Yeah, my wife's Italian. She cooks amazing. Her food is phenomenal. But you give me a good, juicy cheeseburger.
You can't go wrong with a good cheeseburger, right?
Can't go wrong.
Right. Okay, cool. What about you, Dianna?
Well, my favorite cuisine is Chinese cuisine, and I grew up in the Upper East Side of Manhattan. And since I was young, I used to go to this restaurant called Chef Ho, which has burned down. It was located now on 91st on 2nd Avenue, and it burned down a couple years ago. But I've been going there almost my entire life.
Okay. And what is your favorite type of Chinese food?
Broccoli and chicken.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Very, very good. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Oh, we have another comment from Basil. Candidates, they impressed me. Can't vote for you. Yeah, because he doesn't live in Woodcliff Lake, but
he can move. Basil, come move to Woodcliff. We'd love to have you. And
of course, Ron will win. I hope so. You know what, Basil, we're all gonna win, right? I think this year is gonna be a clean sweep. And just one more thing before I forget, we have to plug your website. Well, it's not really a website. You guys have a page on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm. And Instagram.
Okay. And Instagram, and all you got to do is type in Casale and Cereijo for Woodcliff Lake into Facebook or Instagram, and you guys will pop up, right? Your beautiful mugs will pop up, and people can just follow you guys.
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
All right, great. Okay, so we have another guest on tonight, Mike Reyes. Because I typically at this point of the show, I would take you guys off and then bring Mike on, but since prior going live, you guys had a chance to talk, right? Mm-hmm. And I think you decided that you guys wanted to go on at the same time. So I wanted to give you guys some time to talk about your campaign and background. And now that we've covered that, why don't we go ahead and bring on Mike Reyes, who is a good friend of mine. We've known each other for many, many years. He is a political animal, right? He's involved in many, many different types of campaigns on the federal level, I think even on the national level and council level, right? So he's been involved with it all, and he's with us today. So I haven't spoken to Mike in the last 3-4 months. I think the last time I spoke to Mike, it was before I decided to run for office. So I think that was back in December, right? Oh my gosh, it's almost been a year. Wow. Wow, it's almost been a year. Wow. Yeah. I'm just counting that. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's been a year. So, all right. And anyway, we have a lot to catch up on. So here we go. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing great. I just drove from Texas to Rhode Island, 26-hour drive, but I'm here for you, Ron. Anything for you, brother.
Texas to Rhode Island, 26-hour drive. Oh my gosh.
Dallas, Texas to Rhode Island. The Patriots are playing tonight as well against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I'd rather be on with you instead of watching that game. I can catch up on it later.
No, thank you, Mike. That means the world to me. So, Mike, why don't you give us an update on what you've been up to the past, 10 months?
Well, I just came back from a trip to Europe. I went to Spain and England for a wedding. I spent about 2.5 weeks there. Came back 3 weeks ago, and I've been staying in Dallas. I just came up here to work for a week remotely. Right now, I'm working in political consultancy where I help candidates fundraise for an organization I can't disclose right now, but I work with congressional candidates, U.S. level, U.S. senatorial candidates, gubernatorial races, even state reps and state senators as well.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
And
we want to turn the country red. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so Mike, I think all three of us here are going to need your services to help us raise some funds, right?
Once we get off the podcast, I can actually give you guys the name of my employer, my current employer, and actually we can hopefully work together as well. I would love to have you guys on board. It's a bit short notice. We're working more also with candidates that are running in 2022 and 2023 and 2024. But when you guys win, hopefully, you guys are going to be up for re-election. So you guys will need the funds as well, again, for the second go-around.
Well, yeah, so it's 2021, the county commissioner seat, that's a 3-year term. So, yeah, I would be up for re-election in 2024, right?
Yeah, and for sure. Re-election begins right when you win, right? Especially for you have to. Generally the way it works for U.S. congressional races, at least, I'm not sure about your race, But as soon as he wins, he still has the campaign working 24/7 from like day 2 for the re-election.
Yeah, well, this is what I always thought was kind of messed up about Congress, because the fact that Congress is it's a 2-year term, right? So it's like what Mike said. The minute you win, you're already preparing for the next race.
Yep.
So, and what it ought to be is that the minute you win, you should be working for the people, right? But that's kind of hard to do when you have to focus on constantly raising money and campaigning.
But
So,
Ronald, that's a good thing though. That means that they're accountable to the people. Look at Governor Abbott. I'm not sure if you guys know what he's done in the past few months, but he's up for election. It's a really tough race because he's running against great candidates like Lieutenant Colonel Allen West, and he passed a lot of great blockchain cryptocurrency policies for the state of Texas. And he removed the mask mandate as well because he saw that in the polling numbers he was about to lose. So that's not a bad thing. Actually, I prefer it that way. Look at New Hampshire. Their governor's up for re-election every 2 years, and that guy's on the ball all the time.
Right. So Mike, given your scope and your experience in like running campaigns, right? Is there any advice that you can give to Dianna, Michael, and me about our campaigns and what we can do to kind of do better and to reach the voters in like a better fashion?
I personally believe that the most important thing you guys can do is, first off, talk to as many voters as possible. You have to be knocking doors every single day. Try to go to at least 200 doors every single day, if you have the time, of course, right? And second of all, just be very authentic. Look at AOC. We're looking at different spectrums of the political sphere, right? Look at AOC, look at Obama, look at Donald Trump. Totally different policies, but they're very authentic, and that's why people vote for them. Even when I used to be a Democrat, there were Republicans like Governor Michael Huckabee that I loved because he was a guy that, even though I didn't necessarily agree with his policies at the time, he was very authentic. So just that, talk to as many people as possible and be very authentic.
One interesting tidbit about Mike Reyes that I forgot up until now that I see all of us on the same screen, which is actually kind of funny, is that Mike, I think a couple of years ago, you actually helped out Mike Casale when he was running for Congress, right?
Yes, I was helping Mike Casale.
Yep.
Before I dropped out, yes.
So Mike Casale is the mayor of Montvale, which is very close to Woodcliff Lake, and I think you guys are also friends, right? So
yes.
So it's funny, your paths might have actually crossed in the past couple of years, and you guys just
maybe
you guys just didn't know it yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Hopefully our paths cross again in a few years.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. So Mike, you're working on campaigns now for 2022, 2023, right? Can you disclose some of the candidates that you are working for?
I can disclose a couple of them. Sabatini, I'm not sure if you guys heard about him, but he's pretty famous. He's raised about $500,000. That's just a personal contact. Full disclosure, that's a personal contact that I met at CPAC, and I just happen to know that he works with our organization. Besides that, I can't disclose. Maybe some governor from, let's just say, some pretty purple states. Not your state. Let's just say some purple states in the middle of the country.
Okay.
Where they had very bad lockdowns, and there might have been a female governor in around the Three Lakes area. Wink, wink.
Okay. So, are you talking about maybe Michigan?
Maybe I'm talking about Michigan. Maybe I'm talking about Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mike, so right now you're kind of making a pit stop in Rhode Island, or what?
So right now, what I'm doing is I'm traveling between Texas, New York, and Rhode Island, and I have family in Rhode Island. And because I traveled to Spain and England this past summer, I actually haven't been to Rhode Island since about May this past year. And I'm Dominican American, and Latinos. You guys are from New York, right? In the New Jersey area. Like, we're a very, very tight-knit community. So I decided that since I can work remotely, I could just bring my laptop, hop in the car, and just drive to Rhode Island. It's a little bit much, but I love this area. I love New York. I'm going to stop by New York on my way back. I'm originally from New York, raised here in Rhode Island, but I spent most of my adult life either in China with Ronnie or in New York City. So I consider myself a native New Yorker. And to be honest with you guys, Texas is amazing. Great blockchain policies. I work in the blockchain space, professional level, like for my startup. But New York City is special. Like, Dallas, no other city in the world. I've been to London. I've been to Madrid, Shanghai, Hong Kong. Maybe Hong Kong compared to New York, right, Ronnie? Hong Kong's pretty good, but yeah.
The interesting story about me and Mike is that we actually met in China. We were both in China a couple of years ago, because we were studying for our masters. I was doing my master's in international law. Mike, you were doing your master's in, I believe, business, right?
No, and I was doing an MPA in Masters in Public Administration.
Okay, right.
Basically, just government, bureaucratic.
Right. So
stuff.
we're both in the international program for one of the top schools there, and just through one of these functions, we happened to meet up, and we became friends since. Mike actually left China, I believe, when in 2019, right? 2018,
2017, and I told you to come back, and you came back. Was it because of me, or was this wasn't because of me, right? I thought it was edging you to come back, and then you came back, and then you told me you were running. You took a picture at the Metropolitan Republican Club, which I'm a member at in New York City, and I was like, "Oh, he's back." And then you told me you were running for office like a few months ago or something, or 8 months ago, and I was like, "What's going on here?" He just came back. And then it was. I mean, it's great. I love the energy. You have an amazing family. But it's just been so incredible what you've been doing.
No, thank you. Well, I came back last year, mostly because, I wanted to, but what really spurred that decision to come back was the fact that my son was born, right? So if you guys don't know, I have a son. He is 1 year and 3 months now. And I named him Donald after Donald Trump, because I myself was named Ronald after Ronald Reagan.
Hey.
So that's why.
I did not know that.
Yep, I was named after Reagan. My parents came from Taiwan in 1980. I was born in 81 in Hoboken. I was named after Ronald Reagan, and last year my son was born, and I decided to keep that trend going. So I named him after Donald Trump.
And was your name originally Steve?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How do you remember that?
It's a great story.
Yeah. So anyway, when I was first born, because my dad went to Stevens Tech in Hoboken. He was doing his master's there, and my parents, they were new to this country. They didn't know the language well, and they wanted to give me a name, but they didn't know which name, right? So they decided to just name me Steven after the school that my dad was going to, which, by the way, is a great school, right?
Cool.
So I was Steven for about a day. And after that, my mom spoke to my grandma, and she was like, "Well, Steven sounds okay, but you're in the U.S. now. Why don't you name him after the president?" My mom was like, "Yeah, you know what? Good idea." So like a day later, they amended my birth certificate. So I actually have two, right? One that says Stephen Lin, and then one that says Ronald Joseph Lin.
Wow.
So
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Because I was named after Mike Tyson.
Okay.
I was named after Mike Tyson. I'd rather be named after Ronald Reagan than Mike Tyson. I mean, come on, which one would you choose?
Well, Mike, I think I didn't beat you, because I was named after the song Dianna by Paul Anka in the 70s. My mom was obsessed with that song when she came to America. And she just said, you know what, let me make it a little more exotic. And she added the extra N to it.
I know. I was gonna say your name has an extra N. I wasn't sure if that was done on purpose or if it was a typo. But then I was like, no, there's no way she could misspell her own name. So,
Michael, how about your name, Michael? Come on, tell us your name. Nothing special, or
again, nothing special. I was just named after my father's uncle. That was it.
All right, fair enough.
Okay,
very simple. He wasn't famous.
Well, I'm curious. Why didn't your father name you after his father?
Yeah, my grandfather's name was Angelo.
Okay.
So they didn't want, they didn't want anyone. For sure, people would say Ange.
Okay.
My mom wasn't a fan of that. So my dad named me after his brother, which was Michael.
Okay.
But for the record, I love Ronald Reagan as a personal idol of mine, and Mike Tyson, in my opinion, is one of the greatest heavyweights ever. So.
Yes, he is. Too bad that his trainer passed away when he did, and he couldn't keep the winning streak going. But yes, isn't he fighting tomorrow? He's fighting tomorrow, isn't he?
It's a great song, right?
Yeah, but Mike, you're right. Cuz D'Amato was his trainer, and after he passed, that was his downfall. You're 100% right.
Yeah, right.
So I'm gonna go off a little off topic, because so Mike, you're from New York. Dianna, you're also from the Upper East Side, right?
Originally, yes.
All right, and Mike, you're from New York too. So The Sopranos, I know it's a show that we all watch and love, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the movie just recently came out, right?
Yep.
So I know this is completely off topic, but I just had to ask: have you guys seen the movie?
No, but I'm waiting.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
After
definitely.
the campaign, Mike.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have HBO Max, you could just stream it.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I'll
So
be
I
watching.
actually streamed it last night, and well, I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't watched it yet, but I'll just say this: I was okay with it. I thought it
Mhm.
could have been better, but you're following up on an iconic series, right?
Right,
The
right.
Sopranos, in my mind, is the best show in the history of humankind, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a tough act to follow. So I mean, but I think it was smart that David Chase made the movie a prequel, right?
Yeah.
Because that way, if the movie sucked, it would have no impact on the actual
On the
series,
show.
right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I that was my.
Yeah, you build that expectation up in your
Yep.
mind, and then so you got a false expectation for the movie, and then it disappoints a little bit. So
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Anything else you want to update us on your busy and international traveling lifestyle of yours?
Yeah, I should be an Instagram. I don't know, like a celebrity, but I'm not, unfortunately. But yes, I mean, traveled to Spain and Italy. It was amazing. I actually spent 2 weeks there. I arrived on a Monday, then I went to England on a Friday evening. Went back on Sunday. Went back to Spain, to a different city. Went back to England again the next Friday, and then the following Wednesday I came back to the States. Besides that, in the next year or so, I'm just going to be helping out with candidates like yourselves move to the next level. So another thing my organization does right now, the organization I work for rather than the organization that I founded, is that once people get elected to a certain level of office, we help them go to the next level. For you guys, that would be state reps, state representatives, state senators. And then after that, once you're elected there, you go up to U.S. congressional and U.S. senatorial races. So if you guys want, Ronald can link us up afterwards. And, I'll support you guys as much as I can. I'll see if I can get anybody to endorse you guys in New York City, like the New York Republican Club or something, if that's possible.
Well,
you never know.
New York mayoral candidate, Curtis Slewall or Slewall.
Stillwell.
Yeah.
Stillwell.
He's actually going to be at an event in Bergen County, right? On Tuesday. That's an event that the Bergen County GOP club is hosting. It's going to be in Sanzaris in
New Milford.
Yep, in New Milford. So, yep. So I'm not sure if you guys know about that. And Mike, if you're in the area, if you want to swing by,
what's the date?
It's going to be on Tuesday. Tuesdays.
This Tuesday?
This coming Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m.
7 to 9 p.m.
Yep.
You can cross the bridge.
I have a car. I did drive up here.
I was just saying, it's miles.
Possibly. It's possible. That's
so the Republican nominee for mayor of New York City, Curtis Slewall, is going to be in Bergen County on Tuesday. I believe that's October 5th, right? From 7 to 9 at Sanzaris in New Milford, right?
New Milford,
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, if I don't have to work, I'll go.
He's a lifelong New Yorker. He's been there for years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm most likely gonna have to help campaign. I'm so sorry, Ron, but I'm most likely gonna have to, because it's grind time for the quarter four. Mm-hmm. So I'm probably gonna be calling like 9-10 hours a day with candidates for fundraising. But if I don't have anything Tuesday, like nothing, I'll definitely go. I promise you that.
Perfect. All right, cool. All right. Before we finish up for today, I wanted to just throw up Mike and Dianna's info here. So if you want to search for Mike and Dianna, their Facebook page, their Instagram page, search for Casale and Cereijo for Woodcliff Lake, and it'll pop up, right? And I know this time of year, we have 3-4 weeks left. We are entering the the battle of the lawn signs, right?
Right.
The battle of the lawn signs.
I saw that when I was driving up here, Ronald. I saw them. I saw the lawn signs when I was traveling through New Jersey. I put the GPS on no tolls.
Going up
Route through New Jersey.
Yeah, going up Route 4, Route 17, Route 46.
Yep, going to Rockland County, right?
Highways. You start seeing a lot of signs. In Woodcliff Lake, I saw a lot of your signs, right? Yeah. For Mike and Dianna, right? I also saw my signs too. So that was cool. But anyway, I wanted to give you a chance to maybe give a shout out to the viewers who are watching. If anyone wants to put up your sign on their lawn in Woodcliff Lake, how would they reach out to you? How would they get one?
So they can reach us. They can message us through the Facebook page. or
Okay.
they can also reach out to Casale and Cereijo, the number 4, WCL at Gmail. And all our contact information is on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's right on the
Okay.
Facebook page, the links and everything. But yeah,
Okay. Yep. So if you
we've been
just
getting
go
a
to-
lot of response through Facebook, through the Messenger.
Okay, great. Yep. So just go to their Facebook page and you can find everything you need to know about Dianna and Mike and their run for council. And I know that they're gonna win this time. Last time they were they came up short by 200 votes, which is in reality 100 people, right? So if 100 people switched, they would have won. And I believe they're gonna win by a landslide this time. Not just them. I think the entire ticket on our side, right?
Let's,
Mhm.
right.
think,
Let's keep Jersey decent.
Yeah. Especially after the performance of Jack, right, who was running for governor. Jack Ciattarelli did a stellar job in the debate last week, right?
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Outstanding.
Yep. I think that Governor Murphy looked really flustered. He wasn't expecting that, right?
No.
But so the next debate, I think this coming week is the debate for the LG spot, right?
Yeah.
And then next week there's the second debate for governor. So these debates are a great chance for people to kind of meet these candidates, right? And especially for Jack, a lot of people didn't know him yet, right? But after that first debate, I guarantee you a lot of people know him now.
Yeah.
And a lot of Democrats are scared now, because this is going to be a dead heat.
It should be.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I believe Joe Biden is our biggest surrogate. I keep saying this, he keeps talking, he keeps doing what he does. We may not even have.
Oh
to
my
campaign.
God! I'm sorry to say this, Ronald, but one thing I can say is when I'm on campaign, when I'm calling with the candidates, or they're calling rather, and I'm listening in. One big thing that a lot of GOP donors don't like is that they believe the election was stolen. A lot of them are basically saying, "Hey, if it was stolen last time, I have no incentive to donate right now." So yes, he's a big surrogate for us, for our side, but at the same time, it's a detriment for the fact that the election was stolen. And hopefully, Jersey, have you guys cleaned that up yet? Like totally in New Jersey, or what's going on?
Well, there's always questions, but no, I don't think so.
Do the Texas or Florida style. Just arrest anybody that even doubt interfered in the election. Arrest everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm confident that once Bridget Kelly gets into office as the next Bergen County clerk, she's going to clean up the voter rolls, the registration system, and but you know what? I mean, everybody should go out and vote. Don't let the happenings of last time of 2020, don't let it discourage you from going out, because every vote matters, right? And especially in this state, we're one of 2 states that has a governor's race this year. So the entire country is watching us, right?
Right.
I do believe that what happens here this year is a bellwether for what's going to happen next year. And what happens next year is going to be a bellwether for what happens in 2024. So believe it or not, all eyes are watching New Jersey this year, right? As New Jersey goes, so does the country, right?
Yep,
So
for you guys have a chance to show up.
Yep. Okay, guys. So I want to thank you guys so much for coming on. I hope to be in touch soon, and I know that Mike and Dianna will be seeing a lot of each other, right?
Yes.
In the coming weeks.
Absolutely.
And Mike, yeah, if you get a chance, come over to Jersey, right? Just cross that bridge.
I'll be here. By the way, I'll be here December. I'll be in New York City area December 1st and 4th as well. If you guys have some time for coffee, let Ronald know. And then I'm always available to come on your show.
When?
December 1st to 4th. We have the New York Republican Club 109th Gala, so I'll be there all 4 days, the whole weekend, long weekends.
Okay, well, by then we would have won our races, right? And
yes.
We'll have celebratory coffee.
Yep. So we'll be getting ready to take office. So sounds like a plan. All right, guys.
Definitely.
I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. And
thank you for having us.
Yep. Yeah. Best of luck on your campaigns, and I'll be seeing you on the campaign trail. And Mike Reyes, I'll be seeing you soon. Okay, buddy?
Definitely, brother.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Have a good night.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So that was tonight's episode of Real Talk with Ronnie. We were back after 6 weeks break, right? But I think those 6 weeks that we took off was necessary. During that time, I had to campaign every single weekend, go to every single festival, every single fair, every single place where I knew I had a chance to go and talk to the voters, right? Because Bergen County is a huge county. We're comprised of over 70 towns, the biggest county in this state. So every single weekend is crucial. But, now that we're back, I promise you we won't be gone for that long ever again. I just wanted to plug again Mike and Dianna's campaign. So if you want to check them out, go to Casale and Cereijo for Woodcliff Lake. You can search for them on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to put up their lawn sign on your lawn, get in touch with them through that method, right? I think you can call them or email them or message them. For me, I have lawn signs too. I have 2,500 lawn signs. They came in a couple of weeks ago. And as you can imagine, with 2,500 lawn signs, that in itself becomes a job to get them out. That's a lot of signs. But I'm confident that we will get them all out. And a lot of them have gone out. But if you do want a lawn sign, if you want to put one on your lawn to support my campaign, please contact me. Okay, you can contact me via my campaign Gmail, which is ronaldlinusa@gmail.com. Contact my campaign if you want lawn signs, and also if you want my palm cards. I have 20,000 of those palm cards, so I need to get them all out. Also, I've gotten out a lot, but there's still a lot. So we have a month left, so we have to hit the ground running every single day. So contact me for the palm cards, for my signs, and for anything else that you may need. All right. I know for the next few weeks my schedule is pretty much filled every single day. There's events going on. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to have another fundraising thing for we'll make a decision and let you guys know. All right. But in the meantime, I want to thank you for joining me today. If you want to check out my campaign, you can go to facebook.com/Ronald Lin USA, facebook.com/Ronald Lin USA, or you could check out my webpage, my beautiful webpage at ronaldjosephlin.com. ronaldjosephlin.com. On that webpage, there's a big, beautiful donate button. If you would like to donate, you can click on that. And then if you want to get involved, if you want to reach me, you can always find a way to reach me via my webpage. All right. So Real Talk with Ronnie is live every Sunday. Well, we were live every Sunday up until, a couple of weeks ago. But from now on, we will, try to keep this schedule, right? Of course, in the coming weeks, there are going to be other, campaign things. But to the best of my ability, I will keep it at 8 p.m. Sunday nights. Okay. So you can follow us from our Facebook page, Real Talk with Ronnie, 8 p.m. You can contact our show by emailing realtalkwithronnie@gmail.com, realtalkwithronnie@gmail.com. And of course, you can search for our YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, Real Talk with Ronnie. Okay, Real Talk with Ronnie. And then, so you can search for our YouTube by going to Real Talk with Ronnie. All right, guys. So I think that's it for today. I'll see you guys next week, October 10th, 10/10 at 8 p.m. Okay. And until then, it's been a pleasure. I'm sorry that I was off for 6 weeks. I didn't even realize it was 6 weeks until I looked at the calendar today. I thought it was at most like 4 weeks. But then when I saw it was 6 weeks, I was like, gosh, time does fly. Indeed, it does. Election day is less than a month away. November 2nd. November 2nd is election day. Early voting starts, I believe, a week and a half prior to that. Okay. So you can go vote in person early, a week and a half prior to election day. And of course, the mail-in voting, for those that elected to use the mail-in voting, that's been sent out already. Okay, so you should have gotten it, or it should already be on its way to you. Okay, but I do believe most people are going to vote in person this year because by and large, things are going back to normal, right? So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Okay, Once again, you can just go to my webpage, ronaldjosephlin.com. It's got all my contact info there. Until next time, I will see you, next Sunday. Okay. So God bless. Good luck. And I'll see you on the campaign trail. Okay. Bye, guys.